Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, my friends. It's Expanse Day, and today we are watching Season 1, Episode 5, Back to the Butcher. There could be plenty of speculation as to what the Butcher is, a ship, a person, who's returning to the Butcher. I know it's not me because I've never been there in the Expanse universe. All I know is this: the writing team will definitely tell us what this is all about, and they will do so with as much information, as much dialogue, as much story as they possibly can in the shortest period of time. Because, my friends, as we've said before, this is a fire hose delivery system of information, facts, world building, and characters. And I am here for it because this is exactly the type of story I like. Just let me catch up. Give me everything I need and let me do the work. I love it. I love it. I love it. My friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring ding ding that bell for notifications. You'll be alerted anytime we go live on YouTube with The Expanse or any of our other sci-fi offerings. And of course, if you'd like The Expanse early or you'd like any of our stuff early in its full-length format, the link to the Patreon is in the description, my friends. But all that is then and this is now. And what is now? Now it is Season 1, Episode 5 of The Expanse, Back to the Butcher. My friends, let's see what this is all about. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction, and away we go. Boy, oh boy, jumping in. Siri station in the belt, baby. There's my man. Oh, Havelock. Look at him up and alert.
You're an idiot. Nice to see you too, Miller.
How the hell did he take that in like the chest?
I told you. I said keep your head down, keep your eyes open. Especially in the Medina.
I told you I was going there too.
Please tell me this is just a get well present for yourself.
You don't know what you're talking about, Miller. She's been teaching me. I'm getting pretty good too.
Man, the next spike's gonna go right through your skull.
Yeah, coming from a real fountain of police wisdom. You know, look the other way, take your bribe, do as little as possible.
Ooh.
You think she cares about you? What's the name of the scumbag that paid you to lure him down to the Medina so they could jam up a cop?
Oh, man.
You put your hands on her again. And you see how fast I get out of this bed, Miller.
But was Miller right? I thought that they were trying to separate Havelock. I hope it's not. I like these two. I like them very, very much. Please don't be nefarious. Meanwhile, in another horrible situation, man, the Canterbury crew, oh God, just needs a rest, like a week or two. Who's bleeding? And plenty of people were hurt, but who's currently bleeding? Is Lopez sleeping or dead?
Did you get enough sleep, Princess?
Come here and help me.
Amos. Woo! Ooh, my God, oh my God.
I'm not shit. I don't know what I'm doing.
Neither did he.
Just give him the shot.
Which one do I use first, the anesthetic or the... Solves that.
Amos is such a cool-ass character.
Is anybody following us? No, sir. Scope's clear.
That doesn't mean shit.
So as far as we know, nobody made it off the Dime.
Correct.
And no one knows that we're alive.
That's right.
Then who just sent us a message?
Amos, oh my God. Dude's got a shattered leg. This show's dope. These characters are dope. Oh my God. I feel bad that I said that Amos had big Jane Cobb energy. He's only a tough guy, you know, that's it. And he's way tougher than Jane. Jane only was tough when he was paid. This is a new place. Anderson Station? 11. Oh, shit.
Come on, go. You keep practicing.
Okay, so these are obviously Belters because they're speaking in the Belter Creole. At least I assume that's what that is. Not good conditions.
Go ahead.
Anderson Station, this is UN-1. Are you ready to surrender?
What? UN-1. Oh my God, they're going to give us a ton of information.
My name is Fred Johnson, Director of Operations at Tycho Station. I don't know who you are or what your intent may be, but unless you're trying to start a war, you need to contact me. I can help you.
He shouldn't have been able to track us, but he did. Hey, isn't he some kind of big shot for the OPA?
Yeah, what does it matter? We have to go somewhere.
Well, I say we fly to the nearest Mars base and turn ourselves in.
That's an excellent idea. We'll just roll up in a stolen Mickey Corvette.
With the Donager explode.
Comms on the Donager were jammed during the attack. The only Martians who believe us are dead. No port is gonna let us dock with our transponder off. And the minute we turn it on, every Martian ship in the system will know it. Think about it. We're the only survivors from the Canterbury and the Donager.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
No one's gonna believe our story. I wouldn't believe us.
I wouldn't either.
We're not going to Tycho.
You got any other ideas?
You can't trust Fred Johnson.
How do you know?
We all know what he's capable of.
That was like 10 years ago. People change. The Martians said you were OPA.
Stop talking about stuff that you know nothing about, because...
Well, share information, Naomi.
Holden's got a point. We gotta go somewhere.
Okay, so Lopez is dead. Okay. I must have completely forgot that.
I'm with you, boss.
Then it's 2 against 2. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, Amos is never going to go against Naomi. Where are we? Back on series? Yeah.
Fred was Golden Bow, took out the Donager. OPA's got gunships now, too.
Things are just getting started. Outsiders won't pay us no mind unless we make them.
I like how the A in OPA is the anarchy symbol. It's pretty dope. Ooh, this is not a good situation, Miller.
It's over, I've got.
Hey, what are you doing? Are you crazy?
Watch your eyes. Jesus, man.
Remember the can.
His name's Filat Kotari.
Jesus.
Does Miller know yet?
He didn't show it here.
Anubis. Show me this, ship's...
Anubis, like Egyptian god?
Show me Julie's projected flight path for the scapula. Go 3D.
Yeah, take a 3D. God, that's so cool.
Luckily, this asshole's not OPA. So,
He's not.
if he runs, shoot him. And if he accidentally falls out an airlock, that's life. Havelock is one of us. This is still our station. Let's make sure that people don't think otherwise.
Oh boy, tensions are rising. Everybody's got skin in the game now.
Have you seen the footage of Havelock and Cathari? Planning on doing anything about it?
Yeah, I was planning on hunting the guy down and killing him. Real slow.
Did he leave station, though? Obviously, he made a mention that he was going to leave. Cathari. I gotta make sure I get that down.
You know, everything going on out there, all this shitstorm that we're in, it's all got to do with her.
I like what you're thinking, buddy.
You know that memory crypt that we took out of that stiff?
Yeah.
All right, go 3D. It had an unregistered flight path for a ship called the Anubis. Anubis. The Anubis left Phoebe Research Station and it was headed for Eros, okay? Now, I'm thinking Julie's ship was sent out to intercept it. And then, suddenly, ships start blowing up, the Canterbury, the Donager. It's gotta be connected.
What do you think is on this Anubis?
Something. Something worth spilling a lot of blood over.
Yeah, something they need to keep quiet.
Maybe this is above your pay grade.
Nothing's above Miller's pay grade. At least not the way he takes it. He was put on the case.
No, I mean, you need to take this upstairs.
No, he doesn't. Look at that little move holding the backside of the door to close it.
Think about your children. You in command out.
Anderson station out.
That voice, is that Fred Johnson on the UN ship?
Is that the kind of people we are now?
No. That's the kind of people they made us.
Oh boy.
What the hell was that? They're taking out the generators.
Don't be scared.
There goes life support. There goes everything. So we're just gonna float around here? Or are we gonna make a decision? He was a cool character. So I'm assuming that's just for preservation.
You know I'm an engineer. Show me drive diagnostics and core levels.
Look at that. It's a good ship you have here.
Oh, I don't know. Ask the ship. It seems to know everything.
Why not go to Tycho if we got nowhere else to go?
Ooh, Amos questioning.
I always back your play because you always do the right thing. But usually I can figure out why.
It's not the place, it's the man.
Fred Johnson? You know him?
I've known guys like him.
That's not an answer.
So where should we go?
God, I love Amos. Oh my God, what a character. Realistic, tough. You know where you stand with him, sorta. Look at this. Add coffee bean. Look at this shit. What are all these binders, or what are those, like, cases?
Tell Fred Johnson to clear us a berth. We're good to go.
You talked Naomi into it.
With our track record, we'll probably get Tycho blown to smithereens, too.
Run through the files on the dock incident.
Look at these sets that they dress. Holy shit.
Give me a better look at the people.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Stop. Identify that man.
Tariff evasion.
Dark rum, Javier.
Uh-oh.
Whatever the detectives drinking.
Right away, Mr. Dos.
Nothing for me.
So keeping the peace.
Holding cells are full of OPA deaths.
Street trash and radical factions are not OPA, despite what their skin tells you.
Good answer.
Good answer. These two.
I'm sorry about your partner. An appalling injustice. And I assure you, the piece of trash who tried to crucify him is not one of our ranks.
Is that what he's doing? Coming forward to...
He's not even remorseful.
You have him? You know where he is? That's what that is. Holy shit.
He believes he's under my protection.
Oh, a peace offering.
You don't see what I see.
What do you see?
A series for Belters, run by Belters. Earthers get to walk outside into the light. Breathe pure air. Look up at a blue sky and see something that gives them hope. And what do? They look past that light, past that blue sky. They see the stars, and they think, mine.
Great acting.
Earthers have a home. It's time Belters had one too.
See, man, I'd fall right into this OPA shit. Nothing wrong with wanting a home as long as somebody else isn't living there.
Call it, and you'll get Fila Kothari's location. He's yours to do whatever you think is right.
Anderson.
A simple exchange of information.
Juliet Mao.
Juliet Mao was one of ours.
Uh-huh.
Go get your justice, Miller. Make it pretty.
Ooh.
Let's do this again real soon.
I like these two. They could end up being like arch enemies, but you know, right now, that kind of exchange of information, you know, sort of a shadowed cop, a potential crook with not a crook, but a off the beaten path with a set goal, you know.
So no one outside the station knows this is happening.
That's why we need to surrender.
Dear God. Okay, so who's on this station? Is she somebody? Who's on this station that we get to?
UN Command, this is Anderson Station. We're issuing our unconditional surrender.
Oh, no.
Surrender. UN-1, please respond.
Oh, boy.
Amos, get over here. Check this out.
Amos is like, sure, yeah, I'll just get up with my shattered leg. No problem.
What's up?
Your picture's everywhere, Holmes.
Hey, when you sent that message to Fred Johnson, you didn't give him names or anything, did you?
No, of course not.
Well, partner, it's gonna be kind of hard for you to stay anonymous now.
Wow.
Let me know if you want your face to look a little different.
Miller, I'm just going to go out here and say this, buddy. My money's on you. My chips are on you. But Cathari looks like a big guy. And he's obviously violent AF. Oh, is this a trap? Did Anderson just leave you into a trap? Yep. Oh, no, this is the dude. Okay.
Julie Mao. You know her.
You never asked a girl down at the docks if she was looking for some drilling work?
That's the last stupid thing you get to say to me during this interview.
As wrong about her as I was. A month into the trip, we stopped over at the mines on Callisto. News was that a tunnel collapsed had torn open veins of cadmium and people were dying from the vapors. She stayed down in the mines, breathing the same poison air as those belters, eating the same contaminated food. She was helping kids who lost their parents, folks who choking on the blood in their lungs. Only time I did see her cry was these belters at a rally. I told her, "You're one of us now."
You loved her.
Is that what you came here to find out? I'm done talking to you, Badge. You can take it out on me if you want to.
I like this guy.
You were trying to stop her from getting involved in something ugly.
Yeah, that's it.
She was hanging around some hardcore OPA.
Like
Anderson Dawes.
There we go.
A few weeks before she shipped out, she asked me to hook her up with the data broker.
This guy?
This guy. Where does he work out of?
This is great questioning.
He'd kill me if I told you.
I just saw him at the morgue. He's on his way to the recycler.
Ooh.
You want to join him?
Ooh.
Tech Noir, level 14. Ask the clerk for a Sherpa.
Sherpa. Guide? Like a...
You think Julie's dead?
You should have stopped her.
Tried.
You don't understand, Julie.
She went out there, probably got herself killed over some stupid cause.
Yep. Spin him up. Get him talking. Oh, that's convenient.
Imaloda not listening.
What do we do?
Oh, now you want helping.
We do.
We die.
Just outside of their jamming range, I should be able to relay the station's camera footage and broadcast out.
They're gonna blow you up when you do that.
Control of the station in an effort to protest the treatment of our children. This is my daughter, Kiri. She and the other children have been diagnosed with what the medics are calling hypoxic brain injury.
Oh my God.
The company is refusing us medical assistance, and they're denying that problem even exists. We have tried repeatedly to surrender to the UN Marines, but we just wanted to be heard for the sake of our children.
Dear God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whew.
Anderson Station is secure. All terrorists have been subdued.
Oh, you motherfucker, man.
Well done, Colonel. Well done.
Yep. The Butcher. There we go.
You will need to change your transponder code in order to avoid detection. The instructions are embedded in this message. Do not deviate from them in any way. Safe journey.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. God, that's so tough to watch.
Transponders are designed not to be tampered with. Civilian models fuse themselves into lumps of molten graphene if they get messed with. We could be a supernova a few seconds from now.
Well, we won't have to worry about Tycho, will we?
I thought Amos would have appreciated that joke.
We need to give the ship a new name to complete the override.
Oh!
Rocinante. Huh? It's Spanish for
Workhorse. I like it. I knew a lady named Rocinante. She was good to me.
Nice. Rocinante. Very cool, you know? Keeping with the hard science, but also getting characterization mixed in with it as part of the plot. Really well done. And we didn't burn up, everybody. Miller, you got to be careful, buddy. They are absolutely looking for you. Why did he just... I don't like... Miller's definitely drawing eyes.
What you need, Mr. Star Helix?
Well. Okay, so did he throw out the one that Anderson gave him? The pad that Anderson gave him? Looking for a needle in a workshop. That is a fool's errand. Unless, of course, you're Miller. Ooh, a gun. Oh, better yet. Alex, I'd love to say you're going to get back to him, buddy, but this show is brutal. Stay frosty, my friend. Oh my God. You know, the shit they showed us with the UN ships, which were from Earth with the 11 years ago and the destruction of Anderson Station, and how they presented the Martians to us with like Captain Yao last, they definitely want you to take the Martian side here, or at least be more positive in your, oh my God, dude, here's to you, Holden. Where are we now? He made that. Now be careful, dude. I'm telling you, man, there are eyes on you, brother. Shit. Son of a bitch. Damn, this show's good. All right, my friends, we just got done watching season 1 of The Expanse, episode 5, Back to the Butcher. And the only thing that we have left to do, my friends, is to talk about it. All right, my friends, we just got done watching season 1 of The Expanse, episode 5, Back to the Butcher. And this one, whew, a ton of information came in, more on the Miller side of everything this time. As, you know, we mentioned it in the last episode, in episode 4, CQB. They needed to get the events on the Donager completed before they could kind of progress the rest of the storylines, because we were in an encapsulate, like an amber moment. They had to get past it because time and everything else needed to be kind of, the details of that needed to be sussed out before we could continue on the other locales. So this one, we get more from Ceres Station, and it's, you know, really great. It shows Miller's methodology, how intelligent Miller is, how intuitive he is about like the people that he's, you know, talking to, interrogating, interviewing. You know, he's obviously a profiler. You know, we've seen him do this before, where he's getting reads on people and then he is tailoring his questioning based off of the reads that he received. Now, that was no more profound than when he met the guy down at the docks who, or in his ship, you know, attacked him, and then he kind of played the devil's advocate, not devil's advocate, he played the, you know, the cop without all the answers. And he was able to kind of, you know, the guy that was part of the dating app, you know, long-haired data miner guy, you know, have you seen him? You know, oh, he'll kill me, you know, making sure to see if there was any tells into that this guy might have had something to do with his death. You know, obviously the guy didn't, but that was an expert way. Obviously, this is an expert interrogator, an expert interviewer, but I think at his core, Miller is a profiler. He is able to see somebody, learn their habits. Even in Julie Mao, he's able to see and learn about her through her history, her, any information that he can glean from her life, he's able to compile into a profile. And he does that in the moment when he's interviewing, and he also does that in the process of his investigation, especially with Julie. Fascinating character in Miller in that, you know, there's often the term anti-hero is used a lot, or, you know, a morally ambiguous hero. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I'm not even sure you categorize Miller as a hero. He's a protagonist, sure. But, you know, he's not somebody that we can, how much faith can we put into Miller? Okay, well, there's things that you can have faith that Miller will do. I'm not necessarily sure there are things that we can personally have faith in Miller the man. Right now, we know that he is like a dog with a scent. He needs to figure out this stuff about Julie Mao. He's deep, deep into it. And the farther he gets, the higher the notice. And when Anderson Dawes got involved, I figured that the closer that Miller gets to this, Anderson Dawes probably knows way more than he's letting on. He's obviously going to be watching Miller to make sure that Miller doesn't become a problem, that Miller doesn't get too close, and he keeps getting closer and closer and closer. And I'm thinking now that the whole Cathari thing, or Cathari, the guy that tried to kill Havelock, that might actually have been a distraction. You know, oh, you know, here he is, go after him, do whatever you want. And then, you know, of course you'll owe me information about Julie Mao, but that's later, you know, and I'm pretty sure that when he burned up or recycled that data pad that Anderson gave him, that was him basically saying, you know, fuck this guy. I don't need to go after him. You know, my trail, this guy doesn't, killing him or incarcerating him or bringing him to justice at this point doesn't help Miller out. So there's something that we can kind of count on and have faith that Miller will do. Miller is going to weigh what is the best use of his time and energy, or use of, not necessarily time and energy, but he has priorities. And right now the top obviously is Julie Mao. I mean, he's not even showing up to work. You know, he's not even going after Havelock's killer. He's not, all of these things are pushed to the side, and he is singularly focused on Juliet Mao. And that very attitude, that very drive, that very lust for the information that she might have or the story that she could tell is what got the eyes on him. And the more he got spun into this, and the more he got folded into this, and the deeper he gets into this, I kept thinking to myself, you know, there's no way that he hasn't drawn notice. We already know that Anderson Dawes has noticed what he's doing. The OPA, anybody that knew Juliet and had feelings for her, as far as, I mean, even hatred, even, you know, revenge, but especially loyalty. If somebody out there knew Juliet Mao, and if she is this humanitarian that she was painted to be, you know, went down into the mines, cared for the children, got exposed to the cadmium and all that, or cadmium, or whatever they said it was, you know, that would make her very sympathetic, especially to the Belters. You're one of us now. And she cried. You know, these are things that could have folded her into that society pretty securely. So if somebody is going around asking about her, and she has friends that are maybe more aggressive inside the OPA, they're going to say, hey, you know what? Nobody's getting Juliet Mao. She did this for that and that for this, and she's one of us. And I knew that the more and more that a cop or bronze like Miller got involved, that he was going to draw eyes. And it looks like at the end of this episode that he in fact did draw eyes, but it looks more like somebody needs to talk. Somebody needs, because, you know, with the hood over the head and the taser in the side in broad daylight of Sirius Station is interesting. That they were able to just go for it. Let's just do it. Great stuff. Great stuff. Progressing that story showed us a ton about Miller, a ton about his ability to kind of do the detecting of detective work. And it again, these little motions, him seeing kind of like the skeletal outline of one of those hamsters, or like the broken down robot on the desk of the data miner, or, you know, the Sherpa, I guess. And then able to track that back or recall that was something that he had noticed in Juliet's plays. which is a great detail, a great, there was a lot of Blade Runner vibes coming off of that whole like workspace and the fact that they were like creating, little replicas of animals and stuff like that, which I appreciate. There's a lot of Blade Runner influences in this, eating the noodles in the street side bar and things like that. A lot of Series Station really reminds me of LA's Blade Runner, or Blade Runner's LA. And good stuff, really, really good stuff. A lot of world building. No Earth, no Christian in this one. No, flashes over to the UN. We were in two locales, Series Station, in the present, two locales, Series Station, and our crew. But other than that, now we have a flashback, a very prominent flashback that gives us the title definition, back to the Butcher. The Butcher now being our guy, Fred Johnson, who was named as an OPA person because he was going to lose his job because of his OPA affiliation with the Latter-day Saints. And so again, this guy's been in, I'm pretty sure they said it was because of his OPA affiliation, or maybe they found out about this. I don't know, but Mr. Johnson has quite a history, and it's not doing him any favors at this point of the timeline. But back then, killing an entire station full of women and innocent people, Jesus. I mean, if he was ordered to do so, I guess that's one thing. But again, following that order tells us way more about Fred Johnson than anything else. Getting an order to kill innocents defines the killer. Do they accept the order or do they refute it? And if they refute the order, that tells us all we need to know about how far they're willing to go. And if they accept it, it tells us everything we need to know about how far they're willing to go. And so, again, one of those kind of character-driven moments when asked to commit the ultimate crime in murder, how do they respond? How do they fashion their answer or fashion their response to fit their character and thus show us more about themselves? Because no one fakes that. I mean, you fake it if you are trying to save somebody and you have to kill somebody to save somebody you love. That's a different story. But in that moment, that's something that you can't really, and you still kill them, you still make a choice. And so there's a lot to be told from a character when they're presented with a terminal question like that, a terminal order or whatever it would happen to be. Excellent stuff. And I mean, these writers are top notch in that they use these moments to give us the information that we need in rapid fire succession. A lot of Miller dump this time, a lot of Fred Johnson dump this time to get us kind of caught up, give us more for Miller. Miller's somebody that we're kind of growing with as we go, but get us caught up on Fred Johnson. Here's what you're dealing with. And they give us just the broad strokes of why he is the Butcher. We didn't really see it from his point of view. We don't know what was going on the other side of that comm. Was he fighting to save these people? Was he advocating for their destruction? Again, we're given just enough for Fred Johnson to make us go, oh my God, this guy's the Butcher of Anderson Station. But a title is a title. Who gives it? And, is it warranted or not? Because in this society, in this show, I take everything with a grain of salt, because you can't, and I got tricked by that Martians are evil shit at the early, and I'm not going to do that again. So everybody, when we go into this, I'm not looking at them as good or evil. They're simply the focus of the plot at that moment. They are the protagonists, or how my friend Trooper says, the tagonists. They're not antagonists. They're not protagonists. They're just neutral tagonists, which I think is a great line. But my friends, it's a great way to learn about somebody while progressing the story. I mean, it's an excellent way to do so. And it's again, you would think, oh, that's just regular writing, being able to do that. Yeah, but being able to do it at the level and the volume that this show does it is exceptional. It's absolutely exceptional, because we are jumping here, there, and around the square. And everywhere we go, we're learning a little bit here, a little bit there. But then we're off to somewhere else before we can think about it. Fantastic stuff. Keep me unbalanced. I don't want to be steady when I'm watching the show, because I will think too much about it and then I'll get into a theory that doesn't work, So what I've decided to do is, like I said, this is character development for me. Until we can learn more about the story, I need to be able to learn about the characters. They're giving us facts about the characters. They're not giving us facts about the story. So what we need to do, or what I need to do here, is build up my understanding of each and every one of these characters. When they give us information, slot it into whether or not, it's something that they're just saying or something they truly believe in, getting them core principles that are kind of adapted to whatever situation they happen to be in. And through the characters and their responses, we'll learn more about the story. Because if we can start to accept that, Amos is going to be this way, or, Naomi is going to be that way, when she responds to somebody that we have questions about, or a story element that we have questions about, we'll have a better foundation on how we are supposed to think about it, or how we are supposed to approach it. So if Naomi has, questions, or she doesn't like the butcher, or, she doesn't like Fred Johnson, what we learned about in this episode was she knew enough about Fred Johnson to potentially know about the butcher elements of his past. And it sounded like everybody, well, that was 10 years ago, he's a changed man. So it sounds like a lot of people have known about this. But Naomi has a very strong feeling, where the rest of them were swayed enough to be able to be like, let's go out there to Tycho and see what he has. Naomi has a much stronger conviction in her feeling for Fred Johnson. So with that being said, is now we can't make any assumptions yet, but maybe we can start to see how Naomi's relationship, can she be a reliable narrator for us? Not even a narrator, a Sherpa. Can she be a reliable Sherpa for us? Can she guide us through the story using what we know of her and how she reacts to people and events? Can she help us get a little farther in our understanding of the story, or my understanding? That's how I'm approaching it, my friends. But regardless, another fantastic episode from another fantastic, or a fantastic writing crew. I couldn't be happier with the way that they do this story. Happier, it makes it sound like they give a shit what I have to say. But I'm so honored to watch the show, because it is exactly the type of thing that I love. And they just tailored the story construction. I can go on and on about it. It's a great fucking show, everybody. So thank you so much for traveling with me here. And if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. You'll be alerted anytime we go live here for any type of The Expanse or any of our other sci-fi offerings. And of course, if you want any of those offerings early or in their full-length format, the link to the Patreon is in the description, my friends. But that's it for now from Series Station. So we should probably leave with some homework. All right, so our homework is this. If we are tracking down a case, a missing persons case, here on Series Station, and we're getting close, and we're starting to uncover rocks that are bearing fruit, maybe look behind us every once in a while. Chances are there's some more eyes on us than what we think. Until next time, my friends, Vulcan roll.